When Orion Dino Horde was released on Steam, I, like many other gamers, was excited about the idea of a humans versus dinosaurs scenario. While this type of game would appear on the surface to be a fulfillment of a dream come true, the sad truth is that Dino Horde is nothing more than a pretty wrapper on a rotten crust and core of a quote-unquote game. I actually didn't start playing Dino Horde when it was called Dino Horde. Months before that it was called Orion Dino Beatdown, and from what I recall of playing it back then, it was essentially the same game that it is today, except Dino Beatdown was much more fun than this piece of trash that was unceremoniously dumped into my Steam library. The makers of this atrocity were trumpeting the fact that all owners of Dino Beatdown would get a free copy of Dino Horde as well, so I cautiously booted up the new incarnation of the game and dove into a multiplayer match. The results were far worse than I was hoping for. While I wish that it wasn't true, I have to admit that there is absolutely nothing positive that I can say about this game. The controls are janky and buggy, animations are sloppy and often don't work as intended, weapon design, selection, and balance is piss poor, and why on earth would you want to play as any other character than the one who has a jetpack? There's some guy who can heal, I think, and another that can repair things, but who cares? When one of the playable classes is a guy with a jetpack, there's no need for anything else. User interface design has taken a step back, with menus that freak out and don't work, poorly designed selection methods, and a server search menu that looks like it was written by a blind parrot with diarrhea. It's worth mentioning that the server search menu doesn't seem to work all that often, though that really doesn't matter when there are only a few servers online with people in them at any given time. Gameplay gets no awards either, with objectives being impossible to follow, map markers randomly not appearing, and vehicles that make you want to tear your eyes out in frustration. At least in Dino Beatdown, the vehicles actually served a purpose, they were drivable, and they were, on rare occasions, fun. In the 30 minutes I forced myself to play a few rounds of Dino Horde, I had no fun at all, and spent most of my time trying to figure out how dinosaurs were teleporting to my location when they weren't jumping 50 feet into the air to attack me when I was hiding on the top of a mountain. As bad and buggy and unsupported as Dino Beatdown was, Dino Horde is far worse. The creators of the game, whose names I didn't even bother to look up due to my hatred for their so-called creation, have managed to take a polished turd and remove the polish, revealing the underlying stench and ugliness for the world to see. If you happen to buy this game on Steam through a lapse in judgment, I pity what lies in store for you. If you manage to get past the horrible UI, find a server with someone else in it, and struggle past the horrendous graphical, sound, and gameplay bugs, who knows? You might enjoy shooting a T-Rex in the head for 10 minutes to get rewarded with a 5-second slow-motion video of it collapsing to the ground. I'll be over there in the corner, playing a game that doesn't make me want to turn into the World of Warcraft keyboard destruction kid. This is Mike with Game Night with Mike. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon.